who have served and are serving. We simply say, thank you for your service and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald. I'd like to introduce John Tove, Board Chairman of the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Uh, on behalf of the board, staff, and the supporters of the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation, we are proud and honored to participate in this annual ceremony. Uh, After not being able to hold our usual Memorial Day ceremony for 2 years, it is wonderful to finally see many of you in person and to share this opportunity to pay homage to those who served and to also acknowledge the role, their families, and the critical support that they provided. Um, this is a time to reflect upon the courage, integrity, selfless dedication, and patriotism of those we honor today. These sentiments echo the mission of the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation. Wait for the thing to go live. These sentiments echo the mission of the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation. We are dedicated to preserving the legacy of the Japanese Americans during World War II by honoring their heroic military service and patriotism while educating the public of their unjust incarceration and sacrifices. We vow to remember the sacrifices of those who served and know we can never fully repay the debt that we owe to our fallen heroes and their families. And because of their sacrifices, we are able to enjoy our freedom today. We also take this opportunity to educate the community and the public about our shared values for duty, honor, country, and to also recommit our efforts to ensure that all people are treated fairly and equally. Our speakers today will underscore the need to stay vigilant as we pursue a more perfect union. I want to thank the I want to thank the partner organizations, JCL DC Chapter, JCL National, and Java for their support. And it goes about saying that we also need to acknowledge the Turner Kobayashi and his entire family for once again bringing us all together for the 74th time. So pretty amazing that we've been doing this almost 75 years. So again, thank you for allowing me to participate in this special ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Joining us this year as a sponsor is Japanese American Citizens League National. We have Bridget Kevany, the Norman Y. Mineta Policy Fellow, but unfortunately Bridget wasn't able to make it today. So greeting us today will be Alex Shinkawa, the Daniel K. Inouye Policy Fellow. Dan. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to today's Memorial Day Remembrance. Like it was said earlier, unfortunately, my colleague Bridget Kevany couldn't be here with us today due to health issues. I'm deeply honored to join you all in commemorating the lives of our brave Japanese American veterans. This year's Memorial Day event, which is the 74th year, acknowledges the adverse conditions that JA veterans face and their willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice while defending our country's freedom. As one of the leading national JA organizations with an expansive platform, the Japanese American Citizens League recognizes its duty to acknowledge and share the voices and experiences of those in service. We wish to take this opportunity on behalf of our members to thank those who selflessly served and sacrificed their lives in the Japanese American Military Intelligence Service, the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, and the 100th Infantry Battalion Group, along with Japanese Americans who have served in all branches of the military and in all conflicts and gave their lives for our country. On a personal note, my great uncle Jack was a veteran, and even though he never really spoke to me about his time in the service, he was there for me while I was growing up, and he always tried to do right by his family. He was there for his wife, he was there for his children, and eventually he was there for his grandchildren. And he passed away 3 years ago, and I wish that while he was still here with us, I had taken more time to thank him for all the sacrifices that he made for all of our family. And I know that many of the veterans that we honor here today joined the military for various different reasons, but I also know that they were all trying to be there for their own families in their own ways. And as it was stated earlier, we've lost so many other veterans within our community. The recent passing of Secretary Norman Mineta reminds each of us here today just how precious life is. Secretary Mineta, who was an intelligence officer during the Korean War, saw the terrible cost of war firsthand and would go on to become a pillar of our community and a prime example of bravery in the face of adversity. In his long distinguished career as a public servant, Secretary Mineta always made it a point to underscore the ultimate sacrifice made by generations of American servicemen and servicewomen, including Japanese American veterans whose sacrifices we are recognizing today. We are honored to have this opportunity today to collaborate with so many well-respected and hard-working individuals and groups who are committed to preserving and protecting the legacy of our brave veterans. I'd like to take this time to give special thanks to Turner Kobayashi and the entire Kobayashi family for organizing this historic event for the past 74 years. Your family's commitment to Japanese American military members who sacrificed their lives for their country is nothing short of awe-inspiring. I'd also like to thank and welcome our student speaker, Thomas Kulak, for being with us here today to develop remarks honoring the service and sacrifice of our deceased veteran family. Lastly, I'd like to thank today's keynote speaker, Dr. James Scott, for his presence and sage presence. I am grateful to each and every one of you for allowing me the opportunity to be here, and I'd like to thank our veterans once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex. At this time, I'd like to introduce Janice Baden, the JCLDC Chapter Community Engagement Chair.
Thank you, Karen. Good morning, everyone. Since 2012, 10 years ago, Kenneth Kobayashi and his family have invited students from Spark and Matsunaga Elementary School in Montgomery County to speak at this annual ceremony. The students come to offer the perspective of our youth on a special occasion. The students' words invariably give us our hope for the future during these challenging times. But before I introduce Thomas Kulak, I would like to recognize his parents who are sitting in the second row here and his sister, Michael Kulak, Naomi Kulak, and Samantha Kulak. Welcome and thank you. Thank you for bringing Thomas, and thank you. You must be very proud parents. Also, I'd like to recognize Jerry Sweetie, who I think Turner mentioned already, principal in the back there. Waving, standing, and his school counselor who works for us, these speakers and guides them in their preparations. Here's Lee Jackson, thank you, and her husband. Thomas Kulak. I spoke to him this morning. I said, Thomas, do you mind or do you like being in the spotlight? And Thomas says, sort of, some of the time. And you will see, as I saw this morning, that he does present extremely well. So, Thomas is a fifth grader at Matsunaga